It's gonna be neat. Definitely gonna allow me to run more acres in a shorter period of time with less help. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Checked over everything. Sprayer is still here. Woo-wee. Yep, we are good to rock and roll. Don't mind that board. That's been like that since day one. We gotta fix it, but alrighty. Welcome back to the channel. Another day. Sitting in Rockford, Illinois. Yeah, cloudy day. Well, hopefully, I bet we're gonna run through some rain here today. And we're pointed east. So I'm sure you're wondering why I drove halfway across America. If you're not from America, it's 1,500 miles. 22 hours driving one way to get this thing. I guess I'll go over it with you, but appreciate you guys watching along, and I'm gonna get moving down the road because the truck ain't gonna drive itself, and Yanko doesn't have thumbs and he can't reach the pedals, so we gotta keep moving. Well, rolling across Indiana now. 942 miles to go. Nothing too crazy, right? Just a short jump and a hop, skip and a hop across. So, new sprayer is on the trailer. Let me explain what it is. It is a 2019 Hardy Commander 2000, I believe. It's got like a 500, maybe a 550 gallon tank, 60-foot booms with 4 shutoffs on the booms. It's brand new. It's just, they never sold it. That's why it's a 2019. As you saw in previous videos, they sell some big sprayers and they're big ag country. So a sprayer this size, I don't think appeals to many of the farmers out there. Why it sat around. Well, it stayed on the lot, never moved. Pretty sweet sprayer. Definitely a big upgrade from what we had. The downside, it's not 3-point hitch, so we will have an extra set of tire tracks on corners. But I'm okay with that. 60-foot booms is pretty friggin' nice. Hydraulic folds. Yeah, it's got it all. So we are good. It doesn't have the granular mixing port piece or whatnot on the side, but we don't do any of that, so I'm not that worried. But why did I drive 1,500 miles to pick up a sprayer? There's plenty of Hardy dealers in the Northeast. So how it worked out was, my father said, hey, I found a sprayer, like, it's priced really nice compared to other sprayers. So the sprayers are roughly 32 to 35,000. You see some at 37, depending on where they're at, what bells and whistles they have. It's a chunk of change. So this one was priced $21,500. Yes, it's halfway across America. Yes, fuel's $5.50, $6 a gallon. I got all the receipts. I'm gonna add up what it actually costed me so we have a general idea of what it did cost for fuel to get across America, or halfway across America in the back. But we picked this sprayer up. When I say we, I mean the farm. The farm picked this sprayer up for $20,000. So comparing that to anybody for $32,000, if we save $12,000, you can drive all the way across the U.S. and back and still be ahead of the game. Granted, that doesn't include time, stuff like that. But I need to spray corn, so we have source to put on. We have our post spray to put on, and that needs to be done this week. So somebody could have hauled it in 3 to 6 days they could pick it up. In 3 to 6 days after that, business days, they could drop it off. So theoretically, in 2 weeks, we could have seen the sprayer. 2 weeks was not going to work out for me. We got rain back home, and then we're getting rain this weekend. So it's not like we really could have done a lot of grass. So I said, I'll go get it. What is it? Yeah. 3 days of my life. You guys got to come along with it and see what's going on. And I love seeing the Midwest. So, jumped in, ran out here, grabbed that sprayer, put it on, we're headed back. Probably by the time I get all said and done, I'm looking at the clock, I'll be home midday on Sunday, get it unloaded, and get things prepped to go into grass for this week and finish up grass, get into spraying. We still got to pull, I got to plow and put more corn in. Got quite a lot of work to do, but this sprayer is going to be a big piece of the puzzle. Our old sprayer, yes, it worked. I personally would not have probably bought a sprayer. I would have babied that one through, nursed it through a little bit longer. But this wasn't my money to actually spend, which I'm okay with that. My father really wanted to upgrade. I have a feeling I'm going to do all the spraying, and he's just going to nurse me water because, yes, we are set up with FJ Dynamics auto steer. So that's going to allow me to run more efficiently and make sure I hit all the acres. And somebody did ask, did any of the farm guys run the auto steer yet? No. Yeah, I don't think they will. It's just too much to figure out in a short period of time, and then they don't use it, so it's just what it is. But so that is why I drove 1,500 miles to get a sprayer. Price, and the whole reason I went and got it was because of timing, and we got to get our product on to prevent weeds and help the crop grow. So, sourced by Sound Agriculture. Best time to put it on is at V4, which a lot of our corn is going to be rolling into V4 this week, and we got to make sure we're on time. I want to do a really good job this year. Input costs are high, buying stuff is high as far as anything, so doing the best we can is a big part of it. But I'll keep trucking along, rolling across Indiana right now. Yeah, like I said, got quite a few hours to go and miles to go, and we'll see if we see anything cool along the way, but I'm hoping it's a nice, smooth, easy trip. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching along. So got the irrigation running out here. Oh, it's potatoes. Potatoes take some water. Same with over here. Oh yeah, those potatoes are pretty far along actually. Beautiful country here. Beautiful country. Welcome to Ohio. Stepping east. Got dirty windows out here. Sprayer looking good. It ain't moved around at all. Colburn. I don't know when we got this actually, but Deere's cleaning products are freaking fire. So I got the windows all cleaned up. Mirrors. Look at that. Look at that. Hey everybody. Yes, we film on a GoPro. There we go, the other side cleaned up. That way we can see as we go down the road. Rolling across Ohio now. And I'd say it's still pretty wet out here. It's not supposed to be a lake. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Got a little operation right there with a 9R. Sweet little thing. Some soybeans growing. But yeah, definitely wet. Corn's yellow. It's farming. What else they got? They got a Magnum or something there? Yeah. Soybeans. Looking tough. Getting some of that cheap New York diesel. $6.23 a gallon. Almost didn't make it. I was like cruising along and I was like, whoa, we out of fuel. And it was spitting. It was very unhappy when we came in here. So, Fultonville, New York. Glad they're 24 hours a day. Wasn't sure I was gonna make it any further. We're not done yet. I got 150 on it. It's gonna run slow. Should have got more. I think it needs like 36 gallons of fuel. So sprayer's still there. Place is bumping. That never actually stopped here before, but packed lot, absolutely packed. Goes all around and everywhere else. I'll get fueled up, keep moving. Here we go. Made it home. Woo! 31 and some change for miles. Quite a little bit of a step, but yeah, pretty smooth indeed. Grab some trees somewhere along the way, but we'll get this unloaded. So pull the 3 chains off. Already got my ramp strap put on or taken off, and we'll get this unloaded. It is Sunday, running a day behind, but took our time a little bit coming across, saw a bunch of things and stuff, and just enjoyed the Midwest. So I love it out there. I do love it out there. But we'll get this taken off and see what it looks like. So it's not super heavy. Just gotta make sure it comes off flush. I can actually pick the tongue up right now and move it around on the trailer by hand, but got the loader up there, put a pin in, we'll pull it back, we'll throw it on the tractor and just make sure everything works, because I'm driving in here and it's embarrassing actually, to be honest. Corn, there's so much grass in the corn now in the last 4 days, but I figured with the heat and the rain it's going to take off. So usually we're all pre-emerge, and we didn't have that. I didn't get to it this year. Hopefully next year this will keep me pre-emerge, and yeah, but it will work out. We'll get it. We still got corn coming up. We still got corn to plant. Still got grass to finish, but it's supposed to rain again tonight, and then tomorrow the mowers will get going. Well, the mower will get going. Wish I had another tractor for the other mower. I'll be honest, when I was out there I was looking at 4020s, 5020s, yeah, just as a tractor to cultivate with, and maybe pump manure, maybe run a mower. But everybody I message on Marketplace opens the message or doesn't open it at all, and then never responds. So just weird. Otherwise I would have probably swung in and got a 4020. There was a 4020 with a turbo on it. It looked halfway decent in the pictures, but let me throw you up here and we'll get this backed off. Gonna have to pull the drawbar out some, or cut that PTO shaft down some. We will see which one we want to do, but I got a box for what's left to go on it. Cut all my zip ties off, except for, I guess this is one of my zip ties, ain't it? Yep. And they have some zip ties holding some stuff together. Since they did have to do a little dismantling modification, so see, this is not hooked into that any longer, same with that one, so that they can make it tight enough. So we got to figure out exactly what goes where. They did that so that we were not 10 foot 6 inches running down the road, so like that pushes out like that, I believe. But what I'll do is I'll move this out of the way. I will back up. Look at all the bugs. This thing's gonna get washed tomorrow.
and then it's gonna go right to work. Maybe, we gotta see. It's almost like, yeah, this one is supposed to go up there. So we will get it all figured out, get it backed up, and then from there, well, hold on, what did I do wrong here? I'm making sure I put all the cylinders. Yeah, there's two that open and close it, one that lifts it up and lowers it down. So I got all that hooked up. Got to put the monitor, figure out what's in the boxes, open it up, and this is gonna be a wide freaking sprayer. I don't know if it's gonna fit everywhere. He bought it. I wasn't opposed to it, but it wasn't exactly what I thought was on the agenda for next purchases. So just looking at everything. Yeah, it's gonna be neat. Definitely gonna allow me to run more acres in a shorter period of time with less help, because when we spray it does take 2 people, and it does take, last year it took us a day and a half. This should allow me to load with water on that flatbed trailer behind this truck and go out and spray a ton of acres in a short period of time, 60 foot in one pass, instead of, I think our old one wasn't even 30 foot, maybe 25 foot. So 60 foot at once is pretty, it's gonna be impressive. So 60 foot is 3 passes with the corn planter. So the efficiency of what's coming to this year as far as crop side of it, we've gone through the roof. So 2 tankers, huge efficiency gain. Hopefully another dump trailer, that will be a big efficiency gain. 8-row corn planter against 4-row corn planter, huge efficiency gain. GPS in this tractor allowing me to work longer hours with less fatigue, even bigger efficiency gain. So we got it all figured out. Now if we could just get used with those paws to run a truck, we would be all set, right? You have a good road trip? For those of you who caught it, yeah, there is 2 dogs. There was 2 dogs. So I'll explain that at some point. But it was Yanko's friend. That's who it was. You're shedding, bud. You know, healers only shed 2 times a year. It's crazy, right? 6 months in the spring, 6 months in the fall. Yeah, just twice a year. Here we go. So, other than running power to this right now, which goes down in here, we'll cut these ends off, we'll get some good ends for it, the proper stuff to plug in. And I'm gonna modify, I do have another one of those. We're gonna modify it and come out so it's up here, and then just cut the pipe, drop it a little bit so it's right here. So good hands. Came with its own bracket. We do gotta tighten those bolts a little more. But what we're gonna use on this, I think, is spray. This is pressure increase. If you guys can see all that, yeah. And then we got row shutoffs, so every 15 foot is a shutoff. This stuff is all foam, I believe, or end rows or something like that. But yeah, we're gaining, so I will back it up. We're gonna open this boom up, figure out what's going on with it, what they adjusted, so that we gotta make sure it works. And then I was reading through the manual, so we got everything there. There's a pallet of chemical over there. I doubt I'm gonna get to it today, but I don't know. I doubt it. It's supposed to rain. So got to throw this back together where they took them off. I think we gotta adjust the stop, I think, maybe. I gotta see. But got it all. Can't figure out how to actually lock these so they're in the upright position. I don't see anywhere to lock this onto. Maybe that goes down to that and holds it up. Doesn't make sense to me though. Oh, maybe it goes on that side of it. I'm not sure. I just don't know. Looking through the book, so Father's out here checking out his new sprayer. But yeah, all these end ones, they moved them in so that it would fold up more. Alrighty, got some fold action going on. Hold up, go up, pull the first remote back, all the way up. Okay, fold it in. I gotta move these out. The stoppers go against that. Alrighty. Just shut it off, I'll do that first. So they move those. That holds it out so that you're not hitting everything. So, what are those, 13s? Half inch? I don't know. Is Hardy German or American? I don't know. Running through, greasing everything. Got it all figured out. We had a moment. So it automatically flips it up when you raise it and then set it down. But he's got it raised up in the air. He's gonna fold it up so I can get the grease fittings that are right here and right there. And then that'll probably be it for tonight. We got to move the tires on the tractor and the drawbar and do the PTO. Let me grab the grease gun and finish this up. It's 7:30. Been a long day, but it's folded up now. Hey, turn your lights on. Let's see if the lights work. Oh yeah, look at that. We got brake lights. Turn your blinkers on. Yep, those work. Sweet. The mower, the plug wasn't wired. It was there, but not wired. So tomorrow we got to move tires on this, move hitch. I actually think I'm going to cut the PTO shaft shorter, because we don't need a PTO shaft that long. That's a normal thing to do, is cut them down to the right length. You get them in their certain wire, weld that bracket differently. We're supposed to get rain overnight into tomorrow morning, so I do not believe we will be mowing until maybe tomorrow afternoon, evening. Not really sure. Here's our weather. So I use Hyperlocal as a weather app. So as you see, it's supposed to roll into some rain. 0.03 inches an hour, 0.05. Nothing too crazy, just enough to get it a little damp. That's gonna go till 9. So that will give us some time. I also think I'm gonna go grab the 7320 that's dead in the field. We'll pull it up on my trailer. It's just 2 miles down the road. Pulling that would be really, really sketchy down the road, because it's not like the 2-wheel drive one where you can steer some and you have brakes for a little while. Those tractors, you lose all that pretty quickly. And I'd rather have it home. They're gonna do some things and some stuff. I don't know. So I'm staying out of that. Independent mechanic came out with a Deere computer, or with a computer, and put it on it with Deere software and diagnosed it some. So we'll see. But the sprayer itself should be ready to rock and roll. I got to put the tank on this trailer. We got our 2,800 gallon white tank that we nurse with. Last year I had a tote with it that I agitated. I think I'm just going to run the tank alone, and we're just going to load water. The reason we agitated with our old sprayer was the whole mix contraption inside of it, agitation, was not working. This one, as you see, you got different rates of agitation, and you got a spray ball from above. So this should be okay, where we can load chemical, agitate a bunch, and then go spray. So we're gonna load right into here. That way we're not hose humping a hose up through the top. This, you load it, you turn it to fill the tank, and then we got our rinse tanks in the back as well. So, well, you got a rinse tank. So you got a water tank to clean your hands, and then you got a rinse tank back here that actually is utilized to rinse out all the lines. So that will be pretty sweet, actually, where I think you use that mainly, well, to rinse clean the lines, but if we got to go clean nozzles or work on nozzles, we can rinse them all and then go back to it. So right now it's got a little bit of antifreeze in the bottom, which that's normal. You run antifreeze through them so nothing freezes if there's water in it and cracks everything. So this has antifreeze, that all had antifreeze. There's a little bit in the bottom of it, so we'll get that cleaned out. That shouldn't be too bad to switch tires. What I'm thinking on this one in the back, and by the time you guys see this video, we'll already be done. Take off these outside bolts, put that tire on that side, this tire on this side. We might have to move the wedges back out. Thing is, those wedges, the hubs, are moved all the way in, and as you see, we still got a bunch of space. So we might have to move them out a little bit now. But, and then on the front tires, I don't have much play other than these big washers that go in between. Those might have to get moved over. I don't need much. The back are on like 3 inches over. So if we can get those sucked right in, that will be a much better goal. I'm just looking at these, how these are laid out. I don't know if flipping them right around, we might take these off and just flip them, go that way. The only thing we got to do is then take these bolts off or loosen them and slide these back out. That might be our better bet. Then we line up on 30s, because once I get done with this, we got to go over and start cultivating my corn. I'm nervous on that. That stuff I planted later, but I'm sure the weeds are coming in hot and heavy. So alrighty, everybody wants to know, what did it cost in fuel to actually get there? That was the big driver of the biggest expense to go out and get that sprayer. 3,000 miles, 3,160 miles is what I drove. I got all the receipts. Let me do them up and I'll let you know. All the receipts except for tolls. And well, I paid for my own food. Keep in mind, they wanted, a hot shotter said they would get it in 3 to 6 days, and then 3 to 6 days after that, they would, business days, they would deliver it. So anywhere from a week to over 2 weeks away from when we purchased it. So we purchased it on Friday, technically. I picked it up on Friday. And when I say we, I mean the farm. Duffy Ag did not buy a sprayer, okay? That would not financially be a good idea for us, because we don't spray any of our own corn anyways. We don't spray any corn. So they would do that for $3,600, I think he said, was their rate for that, which is pretty reasonable. I went out there and back just on fuel. Where was I here? $2,894. With the 2 hotels nights. I liked staying in some nicer hotels, plus I got a dog or 2, which right now Manko's, let me show you his life. He's passed out right there. Hey, what are you doing? So I gotta pick and choose, but I stay IHG hotels, Holiday Inn, Staybridge, Candlewood Suites. But I worked for D LaValve and I'm a platinum member with them anyway, so you know, you get some perks and whatnot. Yeah, so did that. So we're at 20, let's just round it to 2,500. Plus probably tolls. I probably got another $300 in tolls. So even if we got the $300 in tolls, so we're at 2,800. So saved $800, but I did put wear and tear on the truck. I did get you guys some content, and we got it here way sooner. We're gonna put this tractor and sprayer right to work because we are late on it, and it bothers me. If I had known his plan was to buy this, we would have went earlier or purchased it earlier and had it brought out. But this was kind of a, hey, last week I found a sprayer I like, and then I said, okay, I'll go get it. So I'm gonna utilize it because it does involve me, and I wanted it on time. But that is where we're at. So yeah, we added $3,000 to the cost of this sprayer. I'd say $3,000 or so, by trucking it ourselves against, yeah, doesn't count wear and tear. Okay, I get it, people. Or my time. But yeah, I went on a little vacation and I saw the Midwest. I love the Midwest. So we're gonna count that as a tie as far as the cost and what you got out of it. But we saved, against a new sprayer of the same exact thing around here or anywhere like Ohio, Pennsylvania, stuff like that, we saved probably $12,000 on that sprayer, getting that one, compared to same exact model anywhere else around here. So we're seeing them anywhere from $32,000 to $37,000 locally. And when I say locally, like I said, Pennsylvania, Ohio, stuff like that. So we saved well over $12,000 on that sprayer. So we add in the $3,000 of trucking and whatnot. We saved $9,000. Still a hell of a deal. So that is exactly why we went halfway across the US to get that sprayer set up. And I approve of it. It is going to be a nice sprayer. It is going to allow us to probably spray. We're not going to spray all our corn in one day because we have corn spread out, but one day as a full time might be what we're spraying. When next year, when I have all the corn in at a perfect even time, everything's in and done, then we can spray everything in a day or less. And it's just, when we get these weird weather patterns and you got to go and then you got to stop and you don't have a lot of labor, it saves us big time. But alrighty, I'm rambling along. I appreciate you guys watching these videos, liking, subscribing, sharing them, telling friends and everything else, because it keeps me wanting to get daily content out. I was on the road in this editing video, and I did have a co-pilot that allowed me to edit video so that I could get them up. I was late one day, 2 days? 2 days I was late. So I apologize. I was late 15 minutes on the first day and 11 on the second. Second was just thumbnails, but yeah. You guys are awesome though. I appreciate it. We're gonna see that thing run in the field. That's gonna look way better in a drone picture than our little sprayer. I will, when we get spraying, I will throw in the old sprayer to do a side-by-side drone video of where we were and where we're at now. And 60 foot with that setup is gonna be a game changer as far as efficiency. Cost of fertilizer, cost of spray, cost of corn, that's all sky high. So trying to utilize it the best you can, such as chemical and spray like that, that will make a big difference. So appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna get out of here. I got unpacking, editing video, and we got to get right into the work week. So tomorrow's Monday and we'll start back over. Appreciate it. Have a good one.